Hello and thank you for joining us here at Tesco Bus. My name is Steven, and in this video, I'll be showing you some of the functions and features of your Ford Transit van. Please remember that this video is not intended to take the place of your vehicle's owner's manual or the manufacturer's guidelines. Keep in mind that Tesco Bus is not liable for any damage or injuries incurred from the improper use or operation of your vehicle and its equipment, as this video is for informational purposes only. We'll begin at the passenger entry door, which on most transit vans you'll find feature a single sliding door located on the passenger side of the vehicle. Now, some custom body types may feature glass double folding doors. Those are going to be electronically controlled by way of a switch, which will be typically located in the cabin area, either on the dash or the ceiling. To open those, you'll either just hold down the top of the switch, or to close them, holding down the bottom of the switch. Of course, always make sure that your vehicle is in park before loading passengers into your vehicle. Seating arrangements also vary quite heavily within the transit van lineup. Some models you'll find will have 1 to maybe 4 or 5 rows of static seats, while others may have some foldaway seats, all foldaway seats, or no seats at all, depending on what your use case scenario may be. Many models also feature wheelchair securement systems, which you'll find sliding click rails mounted to the floor that also come with ratchet and strap anchors that lock into those rail systems and help keep wheelchairs in place. If you'd like to learn more on how to use those securement systems, such as Q-Strains, please visit Q-Strain's website for more information, tutorials, and demonstrations on how to use their slide and click platform and other accessories in securing passengers properly. Moving up to the driver's seat, we'll start with the ignition. Many new transit vans will feature keyless fobs like these, which go along with the push-to-start ignition located on the right side of the steering wheel column here, while every other model will feature your typical key and your turn-to-start ignition system located in the same spot. On the models that feature the push-to-start, just make sure that you keep your key fob with you up front when starting the vehicle and when driving away. Your transit van will be equipped with one of 2 types of parking brakes, either electronic or manual. These will be important to know where to locate and how to use, especially if your van is equipped with a wheelchair lift. This model in particular features an electronic parking brake. To locate the switch, just look to the left of your steering wheel, and directly underneath the headlight control dial, you'll find the parking brake switch directly underneath the auto start-stop button. To engage it, you don't have to press down the brake pedal, just find that switch and pull it towards you, and you'll hear the electronic motors actuate the brakes on the wheels, keeping the vehicle in place. To release the electronic parking brake, you will have to press down on the brake pedal, and then locate that switch again, and just go ahead and press it inwards. Then you'll hear the electronic motors release the parking brake on the wheels, allowing the vehicle to move freely from there. For models featuring a manual parking brake, you'll find a handle mounted to the floor directly to the right of the driver's seat. To engage that parking brake, just grab the handle and lift straight up. You'll hear a few clicks, which lock the parking brake into place. To release your manual parking brake, you'll want to start by pressing down the brake pedal, and then locate and grab onto your parking brake lever, lift up slightly, and then you're going to want to press down on the release button located at the very end of the parking brake lever. Once that's in, it'll release the brake, allowing you to lower the lever all the way down to the floor. And then from there, you'll be free to drive away. Moving on to the center dash and the infotainment system, you'll find that transit vans will have a little bit of variation in screen size and features. This model in particular will feature a large touchscreen, while other models may feature a more basic radio with a smaller screen in the middle. All of our transit vans are equipped with a rear view camera system, which when you shift the vehicle into reverse, the live video feed will display on that screen, whether it's the larger touchscreen or the smaller radio on either model. For more information on setting up the infotainment system, please refer to the user manual, as that will provide the utmost amount of information for customizing and personalizing the system to meet your needs. Much like the infotainment screens vary on transit models, so do the climate controls. If you have the larger touchscreen models, your climate controls are going to be located within the infotainment system itself, while other models with more basic radios will still have the physical buttons and dials located directly underneath the radio. However, most transit models will feature its passenger climate controls on the ceiling just above the windshield here, where you'll find 2 dials, one on the left for fan speed and one on the right for temperature. Moving to the rear of the vehicle, you'll find that our transit vans feature double doors, and then to open them, First, of course, you'll want to make sure that the vehicle's unlocked. You'll open the right door first by pulling the handle, and the door will open up to about 90 degrees. To open the second door, there's going to be a plastic lever located in the middle on the inside, just like this, right along the edge of the door, and just like the other one, it'll open up to about 90 degrees. If you need a little bit more clearance to the rear of your vehicle, these doors do open up further. To do that, we'll use this yellow switch found here. They're going to be located on both doors, and to use them, we'll just use our fingers to pull the switch towards the unlock label here, which will unlatch it from the metal bar, allowing the door to swing out to the side. Just be careful that wherever you park your vehicle, that the doors will not obstruct any traffic or people passing by. Now, when closing the door, you won't have to worry about using that switch again, because when you swing the door in, it'll naturally catch onto that bar and lock into place, just like so. Your vehicle may also be equipped with a Braun wheelchair lift. Before using this lift, make sure that your vehicle is on level ground, the engine is running, and make sure that your parking brake is engaged. You'll know that the wheelchair lift is ready to use when the lights at the corners of the lift are illuminated. If not, make sure that the switch here at the bottom is turned on. If not, go ahead and flip that upwards towards the on position. Now we'll want to go ahead and grab the remote on the pillar, which will be located on either the left or right side. Before deploying the lift, make sure that the area is completely clear and free of obstruction to avoid any damage or injuries. To deploy the lift, we'll first want to hold down the unfold side of the bottom switch on the controller, but keep in mind that if the lift doesn't fold out initially, just hold the fold side of the switch to make sure that the platform comes all the way in. This satisfies a couple safety switches that then allows the lift to be deployed out. So we'll go ahead and hold the unfold side of the switch, which will allow the platform to fold out from the vehicle. At about 90 degrees, the platform will stop like so. And then from here, we'll hold down the down side of the switch, located at the top of the remote. The platform will lower slowly down to the ground. Once it meets the surface, the front flap will unfold outwards. If not right away, you can use your foot to press that down all the way, allowing for passengers in wheelchairs to be maneuvered onto the lift. Now from here, once your lift is safely loaded onto, you'll want to go ahead and hold the up side of the switch, which will lift that front flap up and raise the lift up all the way up to the vehicle, where the rear barrier will fold down, allowing access to the inside of your vehicle. Now, once your platform is completely clear and all wheelchairs and passengers are secured, we'll go ahead and hit the fold side of the button, which will bring the platform all the way back up into its starting position, like so, all the way. Once in place, we'll go ahead and take our remote and place it back into the slot in the pillar of the wheelchair lift. And then from there, turn off our lift, close our doors one at a time, left first, then the right, and then you are ready to go. For more information on using your Braun wheelchair lift with passengers, please refer to your lift's owner's manual or visit them online at braunability.com. Now we'll move on to foldaway seats. This one in particular is a 2-passenger double foldaway seat, while some smaller models may only accommodate 1 passenger. These offer great flexibility in accommodating passengers by folding them down and creating 2 more seating positions for passengers, or folding them away, creating space for a wheelchair that you can then secure down with the Q-Straint securement system by way of the floor tracking and the anchors included with your vehicle. Now, before unfolding the bench, you'll want to take a look at the bottom here at this bottommost lever and make sure that it is twisted away from this piece of frame here, as this kind of locks and secures the bench in place when driving. Once that's done, you'll want to go ahead and press the red handle in here of this middle lever, which will free up the bench like so, allowing you to fold it down all the way until it clicks into place like so. Now, to fold the back out, you're going to want to locate the release lever here on the corner towards the back behind the armrest here. You're going to pull that up, which will release the lock and allow you to fold the seat all the way up, like so, creating 2 more seating positions, just like that. Now, to stow away this bench is the complete reverse of the process. First, by folding up the armrest here, locating that black lever on the corner here, lifting up, releasing the back and allowing it to fold down. Now to release the bench from its folded down position like this, you'll need to locate the red release lever located at the corner underneath the seatbelt buckle here. We'll go ahead and lift up on that, but while doing so, pushing down a little on the bench, which loosens up the lock. From there, it'll lift right up, easy like this, all the way until it clicks into place by way of that middle lever. Once our bench is upright like so, we'll want to locate the bottommost lever here and make sure that that is turned so that way it covers the frame like so, locking the bench in place so that way it doesn't move while we're driving. And that is how to use the core functions and features of your Ford Transit van. If you have any questions or concerns regarding your vehicle or its equipment, feel free to give us a call or visit us online at www.tescobus.com. And for all of your transportation equipment or mobility needs, choose Tesco Bus for our proven quality and trusted name. Call, click, or visit us today. Thanks for watching.